Pardon me?
Said 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. The time is now 6 p.m. And this joint meeting of the Boynton Beach Community Redevelopment Agency Board and the City of Boynton Beach Commission is now called to order. The CRA April board meeting will start at the conclusion of this joint meeting. Let's proceed to the invocation led by Board Member McCray, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Board Member Turkin. Let's all stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Let us bow to the Creator and Maker of all mankind. We come this afternoon, first recognizing that Thou art God, and besides Thee there is no other. We come asking that You bless this meeting, but most of all, as we deliberate, let us be reminded that there's no big I's and no little U's. We all will disagree, and we can't agree. You said in Your word, a house that is divided cannot stand. So whatever is happening now, let us come to a conclusion and a decision. Because when we walk off this dais, somebody's going to read the history that went on in Boynton, and this night will be remembered. We ask that You bless each elected official, bless their household, bless everybody in the city of Boynton, from the cradle all the way to the grave. In Your name we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let's turn to our minute specialist, Catherine Cherry. If you could please begin the roll call.
Mayor Rebecca Shelton,
Present.
Vice Mayor Thomas Turkin,
Present.
Commissioner Angela Cruz,
Present.
Commissioner Mac McCray,
Here.
Commissioner Amy Kelly.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We are now moving on to the agenda approval, additions, deletions, and corrections. Let's begin to my right with Board Member Turkin. If you have any, oh, actually, Vice Mayor Turkin. Actually, we'll start over there. Okay.
Nothing for me, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Chair, I'd like to add an emergency item to the agenda concerning the RMA contract and the executive director position based on the need for immediate board consideration and action. I'd like that to be discussed at 6 with legal.
Is there a motion? I mean, is there a second? Do you want to put it on now and decide where?
Second? Census, yeah.
Okay, there's a motion on the table and there's a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. May I have a motion to approve? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have anything to add? Additions, deletions?
Yes, thank you. Consent agenda, I'd like to pull item M for discussion.
This is the joint
Oh, we're on
meeting
the joint.
when
We're on the
we
first one, yeah.
recess and start the new one.
That would get to the joint meeting then. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay. Commissioner Kelly?
No, thank you, Mayor. Motion to approve the agenda as amended. Second.
We have a motion to approve the agenda as amended, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Vice Mayor, this was your motion regarding the RMA contract. Would you like to begin, please?
I'd like to hear from legal regarding some updates regarding the RMA contract.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a non-agenda legal item. The reason this is not on your agenda is the set of circumstances arose after agenda publication. So thank you for letting me bring it before you. This item has several moving parts, so I'm going to address them in roughly chronological order and then ask for your direction. As you all are aware, the CRA retains independent human resources counsel, the Ford Harrison firm, and specifically Mr. David Gobio. Last Friday, Mr. Gobio received a notification of a potential incident at the CRA office involving an employee of RMA, who is an independent contractor hired to perform executive director services for the CRA. Mr. Gobio undertook an investigation. He generated a written report, which was issued this morning. A copy has been provided for you at the dais and was also provided via email. The report indicates that after the investigation, he found that behavior took place on April 9th that violates CRA's policies and would have warranted a termination of the contract or other discipline. However, following that and shortly before this meeting, RMA sent a letter of resignation to the CRA. The letter of resignation did not refer to the incident in any way. So Mr. Gobio is here to answer any questions you may have on the report. On the contract side, I'm going to ask if it's the will of the board to accept the resignation, and then to, if that is the case, to authorize me to work with either the city manager or a board member that you appoint to structurally make sure that the termination is effective pursuant to the contract.
Okay. Vice Mayor?
I'm okay to move forward with the cure and the termination of the contract so that it reflects the resignation of the vendor.
I'm also in favor of that as well, but can we add to your motion for them to work with the city manager in there as
Yes.
well?
Regarding the contract,
The city manager is your contract administrator, so to the extent that I need something signed, if you all would give your city manager the authority to
Okay.
work with me on that, that would be helpful.
So the
yeah, I'm
motion would
okay
be
to give
terminate
authority, yes.
RMA contract and appoint our city manager as the interim CRA director. Okay.
Well, so, sorry, that's a separate issue. We can address that next, but in terms of authority to be signed on behalf of the CRA to take the steps necessary to
Accept
make,
the
to accept the termination, we might have to do a minor contract amendment because the resignation was not provided for in that form in the contract. If you would authorize that, that would be helpful.
Second Board Member Turkin's motion.
Have a motion to terminate RMA contract. We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Board member, I apologize, as this is an item of significance and not on the agenda. I would request that you take public comment.
Anyone like to speak on public comment? Please come down
Item.
on this item only. Okay.
Thank you. If you would like to take the vote.
We have a motion. We have a second to terminate RMA contract. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Chair. That brings me to my next point. There has been quite some progress in the last 4 to 5 months, and we've been at this executive director role, and we are at a point that is crucial to continue that progress and to not allow overlap. So for the time being, I'd like to make a motion for the city manager, Dan Duggar, to be appointed as the interim executive director.
I'm going to second that motion.
We have a motion to appoint Dan Duggar as the interim CRA director. We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay.
Board member, I apologize
Oh,
if you would
public
ask for
comment?
public comment again.
Public comment again. Would anyone like to come down and speak on this? Please do so now. Going once, going twice.
And we will work with the Office of City Legal and with your city manager to bring you back appropriate paperwork at the next meeting.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
wait,
retroact, obviously, I know there's gonna be contract discussions. I just want to make sure that it's clear that the interim role is effective immediately, and then for Catherine to work out with the city manager to work out what that contract looks like. As far as, you know, I don't think compensation is really a discussion right now, but, you know, just for the oversight.
Yes, as I understood your motion, Mr. Duggar will take over in that role immediately, and then next month, we will bring things back, and we will ensure that it is clear that he is paid retroactively to the extent that that's necessary and authorized retroactively. We will make it all effective as of today's date.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Wait, I do have some questions. This is the first time I hear about this. This is something that we should discuss as a board. I know we've gone through a long time of, but given the incident that apparently allegedly took place, I think we need to have a wholesome conversation with regard to the future of the CRA and not just make a decision that seems that was, it's just made right now without any discussion as to how it's going to happen, why it's going to happen, qualifications and things of that nature. We have, like I said before, we have a lot going on in the city. The city's very busy with a lot of stuff going on, and I think that the city manager should continue to focus on the city. The CRA is a separate governmental agency that is governed by the same board, but it's usually, for the past 100 years, has been managed by its own executive director. So I think at least that deserves a discussion. And that's it. My vote is no.
Thank you.
There's a motion and a second on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already voted on it. But for discussion, very briefly, I think that for continuity and for transition, I think that this makes sense and it will work because we have amazing city staff that will make sure that the CRA continues to move. I don't anticipate that this will all fall on Dan Duggar's shoulders, as I know he has taken to his role as delegating finally, seriously. And so for that reason, I don't want this to come across as though this is a permanent fix. This is something that I feel like because we have the purchase of 13 parcels that's about to get signed off on, we have huge projects and decisions that are being made. And I just feel like if we go down this road right this second or in the next week of reposting for an executive, we're going to end up in this spiral and we have to keep things moving. We have a finance department that is amazing. We have a planning department that is amazing. We have a city manager department that's amazing, that can help and assist and guide the CRA staff and to make sure that everything continues to flow and it works. And I think of this as more as an aid as opposed to a hindrance. And so I support this. It's not something that I feel like this is something we've spoken about before. So I don't feel like this is something that's an aha gotcha kind of thing. So I support it on a temporary basis, and I anticipate that if the city manager runs into any issues or if staff runs into any issues, it'll be brought to our attention. And so I support this for now because I think that for continuance of the process and progress, we have to have some stability. And so I think this provides that stability. So thank you.
Thank you, Board Chair. I ditto what Board Member Kelly said. Right now, we don't need any hiccups in the process. That's the way I see it. We need to continue to move Boynton smoothly, just like I said when I offered the prayer, a house divided cannot stand, and we don't need to be divided now. People have watched and said, I'll see what Boynton is going to do. All eyes are on us, and I want us to do what's right. I totally support this 100%. It's a great move.
Okay.
Do we need to do roll call vote, or? know we
I believe
stopped.
you've already voted on
Okay.
this motion.
They voted.
Okay, perfect. With all that being said, Mayor, if I may, I'd like to postpone the remainder of the agenda because of the workshop and call to do this next week before the city commission meeting. That way, the interim director can get briefed by CRA staff and be prepared to have this conversation from both lenses next week, if my colleagues would support that.
I do.
You're talking about the agenda for just the joint
The-
CRA?
Yes, this meeting, 9, section 9, which is 9,
New business, okay.
the
All the new
joint,
business.
basically postponing the.
Joint meeting
The joint
until-
meeting till next week to allow time for the city manager to understand, this perspective from the CRA coming into this joint meeting.
I'm in favor of, supporting, we not move forward right now, but I'm quite sure that he already knows, but I want him to at least get the hands on what's going on so that we can get a full report. I'm just saying, we just wanted to run smooth. I'm in favor of us not moving forward.
Me too.
Motion that we complete this agenda, that we don't move forward on new business until before our next commission meeting.
Motion to table all of 9A, B, C, and D until a date certain of April
21st.
21st at 6 PM.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you.
Second that motion.
We have a motion to postpone this agenda until the 21st of April. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously.
I do want to say one quick thing. When it comes to the decisions we made today, the reason why I didn't want to move forward with an immediate change is because we've had an interim person for a long time during the time that we were looking for an executive director. That's fine that the board moved to go in that direction. But I just wanted to share my sympathy with staff and with what's been going on recently. And I just wanted staff to make sure that you don't feel, nervous or in any way concerned with your jobs. And that's the reason why I really wanted to say, we should look into this slow down a little bit and look into making those decisions. There's always an opportunity to see how we can move forward in the future. But that was my reason for not wanting to
Point of
make
order.
that decision today. Thank you.
Yeah, I think,
I'll make a
sorry.
motion to adjourn as we're done with business.
Yeah, I just want to make one comment because I don't want it to go, to make it sound like only one person up here cares about the CRA staff and what's happening. And obviously, we are all very supportive of our CRA staff and have taken charge of, the situation and what's going on. Tim has been a spearhead, as well as all the staff. Vicky and Teresa and Bonnie and all of the staff in the back of the room has kept the CRA going, and we anticipate that they'll continue to keep it going as they have for the last, 3 years that we've been sitting up here. So I just don't want it to seem like there's only one person up here fighting for staff. We all really do appreciate everything you're doing, and we'll support you. And if you need anything, come to us. That's why we're up here, and that's why we're making the decisions that we're making. So, thank
Summation,
you.
we're all supporting you all.
Right.
We have a motion to adjourn, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Meeting is adjourned. We're going to need 15 minutes to transition into the to the CRA meeting. Oh, we're adjourning at 6:16, and we should be back on by 6:31, 15 minutes.